a little bit of it felt like a dip.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But like I guess we'll just go through the match card and then.
Yeah. Some other like general things while I'm thinking of it. The first match we had here was Rhea versus Becky. And it's the first time we noticed it's a championship match, and they were given for the championship matches the special kind of presentation with Samantha in there.
Oh yeah.
8K cameras and
yes,
that shit looked cool as hell.
Yeah.
Like, Rhea with the 8K camera, and also Samantha Urban. Just
oh my god,
she is fucking awesome.
Like yeah. It is now like a desire for Samantha Irvin to like announce me coming to a ring or entering a room.
Just belting it out.
Yeah. I think she's going to go down in like WWE history as like one of like the greatest ring announcers.
She's instantly over. It takes a lot for a ring announcer to get over. There's some really talented ones. My buddy Mike Rome is a really good one.
Yeah.
Boy, he's got to put up with the rising star of Samantha Urban now.
Yeah, but hey, it is all well deserved, and just like they're. She's become a very important part of the show, I think. Like
and like adds to the show. It's not just like a good voice, a good ring announcer.
Yeah.
She does the little plays on Chelsea Green or Imperium and stuff.
Yeah.
And just a delight.
And there's also like a lot of emotion, like when she does like announce a winner.
Yeah.
Like we'll get to it later, but I know she did get a little choked up when she mentioned Sammy's.
Oh,
Sammy won. For Mania.
Well, did you see somebody found like old tweets of hers recently where she's like complaining about Roman Reigns?
Oh my! Oh yeah.
This motherfucker's not my champion or whatever. It's like, so she's a mark. She's a fellow mark. So
yeah.
Gotta mean a lot to her. So anyway, just shout out to Samantha. She's amazing.
Yeah. God. Yeah. I don't know. We'll get to it with night two. There was a unique complaint, not from me.
Okay.
But from the folks in the stadium.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
get to that.
Don't forget that. Okay.
I won't.
Rhea, champion. I forget now that there's the WWE Women's Championship and the Women's Heavyweight. This is the Women's World Championship.
Okay, sure.
I haven't quite figured those out. They look kind of similar to the belts.
Even with the normal, or with the men's titles, I don't remember the difference.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Rhea's title, the one she won at WrestleMania last year, well, she's now going to be holding it for over a year because she defeated Becky Lynch, who was a book lady, was her character now.
Yeah. She's a writer.
Well, I'm reading her book right now, and like I was thinking, like, I bet she sold some books with that gear because think about how many people just watch WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And like they go to a watch party or something like that, and they've seen Becky Lynch the last several years.
They have Peacock.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, okay, I didn't know she wrote a book. I bet that was probably a pretty good move. Like to make it like the AR, the gear, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's great. Becky's awesome, and we'll get to the set stuff with them both losing. I think it's a great time for them both to take some time off. They've both been major workhorses for the company for many years.
Yeah. I like this match a lot.
Yeah.
I think both of them looked incredibly strong.
Yep. Fast-paced, too.
Fast-paced, too. Like, the opening match flew by. Both opening matches for both nights, very well-paced. And I liked, for the most part...
Testing 1, 2, 3.
The Drew-Seth match, no shenanigans. But Rhea... It was nice to see Rhea wrestle because I feel like we haven't actually seen a lot of that.
Well, she's so dominant typically, and like that's the character.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, like last year with Charlotte and this year with Becky, it's like, man, she can fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
She has every tool that you need to be like an all-time great.
Yeah.
wrestler.
And then just like seeing how she is captivating virtually everyone.
Yeah.
Like she has such a presence to her that's like undeniable.
Yeah.
And like Becky's Becky, and like that's not ragging on her, but like Becky's amazing still.
I do think Becky is incredible and one of the best of all time. I think there's an argument for being the best female wrestler of all time. But I do feel like the character, you know, we had a little bit of a heel thing where she wore the wacky outfits and stuff, but like the Becky we've gotten recently hasn't evolved that much from the like, I'm the man, I'm the badass, and I'm the man comes around, and you know, it's like, okay, I think, you know, it would be a decent time for her to take some time off.
Yeah, neat.
Come back with something, a different twist on it. Because like Rhea does feel like she's always evolving, and like ever since joining the Judgment Day, certainly she's really clicked into the role she's in. So I do think she's a more fascinating character to watch right now.
Yeah, like I've always loved the character of the man, especially when it was initially popping off. But I do agree that not that it feels stale, it's been more of the same. And I think Becky is capable of like bringing out a stronger, fleshed out character. And then some time away does everyone favors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love the finish. Loved the riptide into the buckle.
Yes.
Go in just straight. It doesn't go for the cover. Just boom, boom. Another one. Clean as a whistle, middle of the ring. Becky, known to be a very giving performer in terms of wants to help the next generation talent. Does no problem, no ego about putting other people over.
Yeah.
We did both predict Rhea.
Yes. Yeah. It was. I think it's just great to actually see Rhea wrestle because the match with Nia was okay. And it's just fun seeing both of those women wrestle.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Great for both of them. And Rhea, keep the reign going.
Yes. Who do you think is next for Rhea?
Oh, I mean, there's new situations now with like at some point, Jade.
Yeah.
Is going to be ready for a big-time championship singles match.
Yeah.
I think something like a Rhea versus Jade, I think you build it. That's a WrestleMania match right there.
Yeah.
So I don't think you go to that anytime soon, and I don't know if Rhea holds the title for a year. So
yeah.
I think you can get a couple pay-per-view or premium live events in where, traditional Rhea just dominating someone,
Yeah.
maybe throwing like a triple threat or a fatal four-way to mix things up.
Yeah.
But some easy wins, I would say.
Sure.
Like when you fight like Zelina in Puerto Rico, where it's like, okay, well, we know how this is going to go, but maybe it'll be a fun feud. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind if they try and build up Shayna Baszler, because that's another hard-hitting person.
It'd be a unique match.
Yeah, it would slow down Rhea a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's the thing. Is she is on such a different level that there's not many women I can really see being believable at beating her.
Yeah.
Charlotte, yes. Becky,
of course.
Yes. In time, Jade, of course.
Yeah.
Bianca? I feel like they must have done that at some point in the last time, right?
I know they've done that in NXT for sure.
They definitely did. But I think they did it some B-show, PLE.
Yeah, it felt like they did meet each other at one recently.
I would think so, but it's not a great sign that if they did, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, Rhea, she's just
incredibly over.
Keep her on her. She's one-of-a-kind talent.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, there's so much room to continue to grow with Judgment Day.
Oh, yeah. And whatever happens next after Judgment Day with her, she's going to be... She's young.
Yes.
She's extremely good for how young she is.
Yeah.
She's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Judgment Day as a faction is heel, but Rhea is sometimes, when she's outside of Judgment Day, presented as a face.
Yes.
But she could go heel, go against Naomi. I don't know if they've gone against each other.
That's a fun idea there. That'd be cool. That'd be something cool for Naomi to do now that she's back.
Yeah.
That would be higher profile than what she's been doing so far.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Although, that's it. We'll get to the big three there. And, wow. Okay, next up. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship six-pack tag team.
Oh boy!
Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under, which I think I called.
I want to say you did. Yes.
I think I said it was Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under.
Yeah.
So I got one up on them.
Yeah.
So yes, Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under split the titles. They beat Judgment Day, DIY, New Day, and New Catch Republic. This was a very smart way to split the titles.
Yeah, especially with how the shows seem like they're gonna be more separated than they've been.
Yeah.
I think this is an incredibly smart move. Was not a train wreck.
I mean, it wasn't the right way.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
But it wasn't too much. It was
yes.
And it wasn't too much of the I didn't notice as much of these matches. You get a lot of the okay, here's the part where they're awkwardly setting up since there were so many dudes in the match, I think they were setting up spots and ladders and stuff while other shit was going on, so it wasn't as much of okay, here's the setting up, here's everyone laying around for 20 minutes. I mean, that was happening.
Yeah.
But there were so many people in the match that it was less obvious.
Yeah. I loved Austin's gear. Walking to the ring, the homage to Creed, especially in Philly. Yes. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and Kobe had it too. That was he had the stallion gear. That was awesome. God bless him. Consequences Creed, come back.
There was a second there where I thought I wouldn't mind seeing New Day win here.
All timers. I mean, give them another one. They're not old men yet.
No, not at all. I absolutely adored the hot tag spot from Awesome Truth.
Yes.
I was waiting for I hate that I love and hate the Truth has kind of like put himself into this spot where everyone is expecting a spot from a different type of match in the current match
he's confused
in.
about something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he wound up doing the 5 moves of doom from his childhood hero Cena.
The funniest bit.
It's so good. And I love, like, you know, Miz is doing something, and he's not mad or frustrated with Truth. He's just befuddled, but like, all right,
He
he's
knows
my
what
buddy.
he's getting with Truth by this point. They've known each other for a very long time.
Yeah, I love. I still feel mixed on A-Town Down Under.
They're both fun buttheads.
Yeah.
And I think them with titles gives them a reason to be more obnoxious buttheads.
Yeah.
And so I think that could be fun. I don't need a million talk show segments. I mean, the Grayson Waller effect, I feel like that was maybe a Vince era thing, the constant talk shows. And we don't need those all the time. We had a KO show on SmackDown, you know, it's like, it's lazy. I don't like it. But.
They won pretty fast in that match, like much faster than I thought.
Oh my God! Stop.
Part two, because of the unique thing of both titles being up there. So like it would make sense that like, oh, we've got kind of 2 climaxes here, and the fact that they got them, they're like, well, fuck, let's get those now too. You know, like that's fun. I think.
Yeah, it was just like, it's such a hilarious image to see 4 belts suspended.
Can't hear
and then
anything.
like all these men in ladders. They hit all the classic spots you do in a ladder match. Grayson Waller, immediately after winning the titles, goes through a ladder.
Yeah, you can imagine that backstage. Like, all right, Grayson, good news, bad news. We got a spot plan, but you are going to win the titles. It was fun. It was, everyone loves it. Like, you know, they've always had these like everyone end of the pool matches where it's like everyone's getting a payday. Yeah. But in the past, like there have been years where it was like a men's and women's, like, remember there was like it was going to be the Moolah and then they changed it?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like, the not Moolah and the Andre, and it's like, Jesus Christ, it's like 2 clusterfuck battle royals that don't actually mean anything at all. Like, I'm glad that if you're going to get a bunch of people in one big match, make it a fun clusterfuck like this with actual stakes. So the titles.
I think I also predicted JD McDonough was going to have a huge, like, Spike Dudley-esque spot. Yep. He did interfere, didn't have... They threw him through a table, right?
He took one of those spots, I think, where there was a table on the outside and he was on a ladder on the inside, and I think they did a tip-over spot. I don't remember, but that sounds right.
I think everyone looked great. I know that people are upset that Pretty Deadly weren't on the card, but they did the intro for everything, clowning on everyone. So they got featured somehow. It's good.
Yeah.
Good ladder match.
Good stuff. Fun spots.
Good train wreck.
The DX thing with DIY, that was fun, you know. So, good stuff. Next up, we had, Ray and Andrade versus Santos and Dirty Dom. I think we both thought Dirty Dom's team was going to win, and we were wrong.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
This match was okay.
It was, you know, you had the stacked crossbody spot, which is a real fun spot with Andrade and Ray, but it felt like kind of a come down, you know?
Yeah.
You just had this big clusterfuck thing. We got some big stuff coming up next. It did feel like a come down.
Yeah.
And honestly, maybe I just haven't been watching enough, but it did feel a little like there weren't a lot of stakes. I didn't really remember, like, maybe I haven't watched enough to know why they were beefing with each other. Or...
They kind of set up this, like, Dom and Ray again pretty recently.
Yeah, and like Dom and Ray had such a story and everything and set up last year that this did feel less than, I would say.
Yeah.
Great workers, all of them, obviously.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, Zelina and Elektra Lopez got involved. Joaquin Wilde, shouts out to my non-Latino and a Latino faction.
Sure.
Doing the launched off the rope spot.
Yeah.
I was surprised Carlito didn't turn.
Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see something on Raw. As of this recording, you know, it's night 2, so we're going to Raw tomorrow. But, that will be seen. You mentioned like Elektra and Zelina. There were a decent amount of people that had their first WrestleMania moment.
That's true. Like Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo.
Tons of people. Yeah. I was just like, I was realizing, oh God, they've never had a match. They've never had like LA Knight, you know?
Oh,
like
right.
a guy that's been working for 20 years or whatever, and good for him. We'll get to him.
Santos Escobar too, then, right? Or
it wouldn't surprise me if you told me there were like a dozen people who this was the first WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. Is this Andrade? No, Andrade's had a Mania.
I think this might have been his first Mania match. He was NXT. He had a lot of like NXT, like standing delivery type or whatever the analog of that was, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, this match also made me remember how good Andrade is.
He's fantastic.
He operates at such like a speed that is like scary but accurate.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it kind of seems wild to think a couple months ago he was floundering in AEW.
Floundering in AEW, and then when they first brought him in,
It's like
he didn't have a lot to do.
Yeah.
And now that it's like, okay, we're actually kind of factoring him in, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
right, he's got a lot to offer.
Yeah, like he's one of those dudes you could slot him in to the main event at any point.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, or just give someone a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Like him and Gargano back in the day.
Oh, like I could see him like going back, turning heel, feuding with Sammy for the Intercontinental.
Oh God. Yeah, there's some killer matchups.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
Jan, we took a little break here.
Yep.
Because we just had look, any wrestling fan listening to this probably knows the spot we're in. We just watched a bunch of wrestling, we're tired,
Very.
and we ordered a bunch of Taco Bell, and Jay and I convinced you to try the Stacker. So this is also going to be a review of Taco Bell Stacker, which I'm a big proponent of, but I want to hear what Jan has to say.
Dan, this feels silly. This looks like the chicken quesadilla literally folded in on itself.
Yeah, but they added more cheese, and it's beef. Try it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh God, there's no napkin.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yeah. There's the bathroom, I guess.
okay. Talk to the folks.
Okay. So, audio listeners is going to play very poorly. I hope everyone enjoyed Mania. But this, as someone that is pro Taco Bell, this feels very silly. This is literally a quesadilla folded in on itself. And I feel like you lose the nice bits where it is flat, and I feel like you get a lot more of the sauce. I really enjoy the quesadilla sauce that Taco Bell puts in. It just feels like more cheese and some ground beef. There's a lot more tortilla. There's wasted space here. There's a lot, like, if you're watching the video, this feels like too much tortilla.
What?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe the cheese to meat distribution is a little off here. I'm gonna squeeze it out. I have some rogue lettuce in mine.
That's not supposed
Oh
to
my god.
I tend to not order things with green things in them.
Ugh.
Oh,
Download this.
wrestling.
Yes.
Let me pull up the thing again.
Yeah.
I don't need to know how to use.
All right.
I just need to download it.
Dan, I don't know about you.
Yes.
I'm so tired.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Are we gonna be able to get through this?
Yeah.
We don't have to. We got tomorrow too.
Let's do night one.
Okay.
Let's get through night one.
Jay and Jimmy.
So, I had a lot of hype for this match. I love the Usos. Hometown boys like me from San Francisco. The promo was pretty good. This is like third time this has happened in WrestleMania history, apparently.
Real brothers.
With Real Brothers.
Shoot brothers. Yeah.
With Shoot Brothers. I think this was the weakest match of both nights.
For both nights.
Yeah, I want to say.
I definitely feel that way about night one, but yeah, you think worst overall.
I don't want to say.
Worst is a strong word.
Worst is a strong word. Just like a low point. Yeah, like a dip, probably.
Never really got out of second gear, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know if it got to second gear, really, you know?
It felt like I know both of them are very good wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like they were just caught in that in between of like getting to that second gear.
Yeah, and the drama they were trying to do as well, and I don't think any of that was really picking up too much.
Yeah. I really adored that promo they played of like, I'm not my brother's keeper, because there's like, you know, as we both say, wrestling is great and the best when it leans into real life things. And they're real life twins, Shoot brothers. It just, they were just trading super kicks back and forth and doing the splash repeatedly.
Yeah, that's what we did with our brothers growing up, right?
Only child.
No, we both had brothers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Me and Jerome, yeah.
Protect the business,
Yeah.
I had Dan and Jan. My brother's name's Jan, I never brought him up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good joke, right? No. Oh, okay. I'm tired. All right. Yeah, it was. I don't even want to say it was weak.
No.
By comparison, on a really stacked card,
Yeah.
it did not stand out, and it never really kicked into gear.
Yeah, I thought if there was any time for shenanigans, this was definitely a match that could have used some shenanigans. having like Solo at least just pop in, maybe like Rikishi getting involved.
Or a gimmick. What about like if it was a cage match or a Hell in a Cell?
Oh my God! If this was a cage match, I think it would have felt completely different. Yeah.
Not just it was just a normal match and didn't really had a lot of that stuff where they're talking to each other in the middle of like the last few years you see more of that. Like the mics are picking up with Roman talking to someone like the pandemic and beyond. You see a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like soaking it in. And I feel like the soaking in it wasn't effective enough. It was completely fine. I don't want to make people think it's like a terrible match. It was perfectly fine. Just like like you said, 2 stacked nights.
I think there are a lot of WrestleManias from the not too far past that this would have been a standout match.
Oh yeah.
Comparison,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Next up, 6-woman tag team match: Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi against Damage Control. God damn it, we got some stars here.
Oh my God. Yeah. I know it probably for Damage Control fans, I guess, it felt a little one-sided at times, but like Damage Control.
What else are you gonna do with this match?
The entrance alone, with it's over. Wrestling's done, guys. The entrances with Bianca, Naomi, and Jade, like on the Cody Vader going up, silhouetted stars.
Jade, you're getting her first WrestleMania entrance, looking just like the biggest star in the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Like this is, you mentioned this a lot, and if like this is your first time watching wrestling, and you see Jade, you're just like, no, that's someone that belongs on this. Like this is like a Greek god.